The opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints expressed by the heathen of this podcast do not necessarily reflect the opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints of Jake and Kevin Studios. That being said, strap in and enjoy the ride.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Driving Distracted Driving, demonic distractions. I don't know. I'll tell you what, this morning was a rough one, yeah. There's the train. Everyone say hi to the blue line. Diaries of a Distracted Driver. That's a pretty good one. I usually leave for work at 7 o'clock in the morning to get there at around 8 o'clock, 7:50, 8 o'clock, anywhere in that window. Now, I started leaving earlier because I don't have to be at work until 9:30, technically. I started leaving earlier because, thanks to COVID, everybody in America turned into a lazy fucking asshole. So, everybody, we'll get into the COVID rant in a second. But everybody is a lazy asshole, so everybody leaves as late as possible, understandably. But that means that if I leave 30 minutes later, I'm going to be stuck in an extra 20 minutes of traffic because all these fucks can't fucking hit yes on their alarm. Or wake up to their alarm. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, I snoozed my alarm this morning. That's why I'm in this predicament. No, usually I wake up at 6:15, and then I have to wait for my brother to get out of the shower around 6:30, so I can get in the shower and leave by 7. Today, I woke up at 6:40, in which my dad was already in the shower, and he didn't come out until 7:30, and I was knocking on the door, and I was a-knocking. I'm not going to be late for work, so it's not really an excuse. It's just something that peeved me off. Because now, I get in the shower at 7:30, get out at 7:45, leave at 8. Now I'm working with 8 o'clock traffic. Now I'm working with 8 o'clock traffic where people hit the brakes and come to a dead stop to then follow that up with going 80 miles an hour 30 seconds later. I will give somebody $1 million to explain to me the phenomenon that is hitting the brakes and coming to a dead stop and then 15 to 30 seconds later going 80 miles an hour. How the fuck does that happen? No crashes. No crashes, babies. There's no crashes. 4-lane highway, dead stop, 15 seconds later, going 80 miles an hour. How does that happen? Holy shit, that got me so mad. I actually kind of got over it. I turned on my tunes, I tuned it out, but then, I hit city traffic, and I was like, I'm doing a diary of a distracted driver, dazed and confused. Diary of a distracted, demonic, dazed driver. And also my daily ritual is I bring a can of coffee for the day, and I usually try to drink it. I try to spread it out between the drive to work and the first couple hours. And I think I'm almost done with it. Just sitting here stewing. So, COVID made everyone a lazy fucking asshole. I don't know if you guys have noticed, or maybe it's just it's just what I perceived, but it seems like, and maybe we're getting over it now, but from like the last 6 months, whatever, year to 6 months, the last year, I mean, COVID wasn't really a thing. At least for me, okay? For me, COVID wasn't a thing. Here's the thing. I had COVID, got over it in 2 days. Count them 2. Some people don't even get over colds that fast. Got over it in 2 days, shrugged it off. And then since then, I've been flying high. I don't give a fuck about COVID. I eat my greens, I take my vitamins, I work out hard. So as far as COVID was concerned, it's a bullet and I'm Superman. That being said, I understand that some people needed to worry about COVID, and I was sympathetic to that. So I did the dance, I played the game. Okay, fine. But a lot of businesses had to do the dance and play the game, and they had a lot of restrictions, and I feel like they were very lenient on their workers in the new normal. The new normal. Now, with the new normal, businesses have to try to figure out how to survive. The new normal. So, for example, like Chipotle. Obviously, in a business like Chipotle, you have to be very, very cautious when making someone's food, because one contamination, not only COVID, E. coli, could affect hundreds of people, especially in the very personal manner in which the workers work with your food. It's hand serving your food. However, I didn't know that meant, okay, here's an excuse to be a lazy piece of shit service. Here's an excuse to just have dog shit service. I haven't been to a Chipotle since COVID hit in March of 2020 and been satisfied with a bowl. And don't even get me fucking started about burritos. If you get a burrito from Chipotle, you better underload it. And if you're doing that, why are you doing that? The burrito is the most heinous act in all of fast casual food. The Chipotle burrito. Get the fucking bowl. Dude, the burrito is such a rookie move. I don't understand burritos. Honestly, I've been falling away from burritos for a long time now. I want a burrito bowl, or I want some tacos. I want some tacos, and they better cost $2 or less each. I don't want any designer tacos. Those are fucking bullshit. Another dog shit COVID service. I stayed at a hotel during quote unquote COVID. It was like September 2021. And they were like, sorry, due to COVID accommodations, we are not going to be doing housekeeping. And I said, okay, that's fine. I'm here for 3 days. Also, I don't need housekeeping. Stay out of my room. I mean, I would always want to have like the do not disturb. I don't want you in my room. I gotta get over. You gotta get over, and there's just a steady stream of motherfuckers. What was I talking about? Yeah, they said no housekeeping. I hope you understand. I said, I do understand. That'll be completely fine. So I get up to my room. They give me the keys. Say, oh, thank you. Have a nice day. I say, oh, thank you. You have a nice day. I get up to my room. Lo and behold, They didn't fucking clean the room before I checked in. There were beer cans. Like, shit was sticky. The sheets were barely tucked in. But I was so fucking tired. I mean, I was like, I don't care. I didn't complain. I'm not a complainer at all. And maybe I should have stuck up for this one, because this one was egregious. But like, so eventually I do some investigating, and there was three employees running an entire hotel, because these greedy fucking corporations took their PPE COVID money and cut their restrictions, cut the hours, and just made bank. Meanwhile, mom and pop stores who needed the loans, who needed the COVID relief, didn't get shit and closed down. I mean, I'm sure there are companies out there that will just do things for the good of doing them. But when are we gonna just got cut off by a box truck. When are we gonna get, like, maybe it's not realistic. Hey, maybe there are no companies that do things right because they don't make it. Maybe there's no huge companies that do things right because they don't make it, because you can't make it. That's the world. It's a dog-eat-dog world. But God fucking damn it, dude. And then greedy corporations they got loose on everything. And then the goddamn stimulus check. Hey, 2020, Andrew Yang, the Yang Gang. I mean, I had to support him. I honestly don't know any of his policies besides like universal basic income. But I mean, that's just a shtick. That's just a shtick in my head. I'm like, that's just a shtick. It's not really gonna fix anything. It's not really gonna cause any problems. I don't care. Yang Gang. That's what I thought. And then COVID hit, and everybody started getting stimulus checks and started quitting their jobs to collect stimulus checks and unemployment. Dude, never in my mind. I didn't collect a stimulus check. Stimulus. Stimmy. Call of Duty. Fortnite. God. I didn't even think about unemployment, stimulus checks never even crossed my mind. I don't care about free money. And then they just go and blow it. They quit their jobs, collect unemployment, and then just put it all into crypto or fucking build a PC with it. I mean, I really want to truly fucking believe that Gen Z is going to be okay. And that all the jokes about Gen Z, because, hey, listen, I'm Gen Z. I'm the tip of the spear Gen Z. And if anybody who's listening to this is my age, you're Gen Z too. You're not a fucking millennial. A millennial's 35 fucking years old. And also, why would you want to be a millennial? Okay. Why would you want to be a millennial? But I really, 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 really hope, just for my sake, because I'm an egotistical narcissist, I just want to hope that Gen Z can swing this thing around and we can see a real upswing. But right now, it's not looking good. Between lazy vaping and TikTok, it's not looking good. I mean, I've never seen... I can't imagine what they were saying about millennials during like the age of the internet or whatever. But I honestly haven't seen a bigger discrepancy. I could have never imagined a bigger discrepancy in attention span. These mouth-breathing fucking morons can't hold a job because they can't pay attention for long enough. They get bored in 2 months. I don't understand it. And then everybody claims I have ADHD, I have ADD. I don't. Well, first of all, what's the difference? Second of all, not having a good attention span isn't a personality trait, and it's not a good thing. You shouldn't be bragging about it. It should be something that you are actively trying to mend. Okay? Not having a good attention span isn't something you should even be remotely proud of. And if you think you're even close to ADHD, I mean, I think, okay, you get a good couple strong coffees in me. I mean, you guys listen to the podcasts. You millions of viewers listen to the podcast. Millions of you know that I can tend to get off track. I mean, I try to flip it back on track every now and then. Like I said, get some coffee in me. I'm flying all around. I'm not the wizard. Whatever. The roller coaster at Six Flags that's like yellow and it just whips you around, the whiplash machine. And then they made the Dark Knight, which is just that ride in the dark, and it was the biggest ripoff. And somehow I waited 3 hours in line for the Dark Knight, because the Dark Knight is like one of the best movies of all time. Anybody who says the Batman, Robert Pattinson Batman, is better than Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight is only trying to make people mad. That opinion cannot be taken seriously. And a lot of people have been saying Top Gun is the best movie ever. I haven't seen it, so it very well could be. But they're saying it in the manner like people were saying the Batman was the best movie ever. And I am super skeptical. I am skeptical Skeletor. The Robert Pattinson Batman 2022 was a middle-of-the-pack movie. It was one of DC's better movies. I honestly can't think of a DC movie in recent times that was better than that movie. That being said, it wasn't better than The Dark Knight. Not by a long shot. Whiplash. Yeah, ADHD. Fuck you. I remembered. If you even think that you're remotely ADHD, or you have a remote issue, remote issue, paying attention, and you're not trying to actively mend it, but instead you're on TikTok and you're on Instagram and you're just further feeding your instant gratification, ADHD, dumb squirrel brain, then you're an absolute fucking moron. If you can name me one reason that having a small, short attention span would serve you positively, then by all means, keep mushing your brain with your little baby food of content. By all means, TikTok. TikTok, I mean, dude, TikTok just makes me so angry. I've never liked TikTok. I remember when TikTok started, and when it was first up and popping, and I had some really good friends, my best friends, who tried to get me on the TikTok train. I didn't like it. I just don't like somebody can just get sucked into a TikTok time warp for 2 to 3 hours easily and just not even know what happened. One time I was talking to my friend. He's a really big TikTok guy. And he was telling me, dude, I can sit on TikTok for 5-6 hours straight. I love it. And I said, you love it? He said, yeah, I love it. It's so fun. And I said, it's fun? Aren't you just mindlessly scrolling? He's like, yeah, that's the fun part. And that was worrisome, but also didn't make any sense. I said, so you're turning your brain off for 6 hours and you're calling it fun? And he said, yeah. And I said, but the content sucks. It's not funny. When I'm on TikTok for 2 hours, I laugh 2 times. And he said, dude, everything on TikTok is hilarious. And he's a guy who likes to take the piss out of everything. And he's been taking the piss out of things so much that he kind of started taking the piss out of himself. He's got to get some of that piss back. Where's the piss? Where's the piss? But yeah, and then I said, okay, so when you're done with your little 6-hour TikTok session, how do you feel? How do you feel as soon as you close the app, lock your phone, put your phone down, and look up and take a breath? How do you feel? And he says, I feel amazing. And I said, what? And he said, I feel great. It's like I just did something that I love for 6 hours. And I said, that's fucking bullshit. And he said, what? Why? And I said, you know how I feel when I close the TikTok app? And he said, how? How do you feel, Kevin? And I said this. I said, I feel like shit. I feel like the weight of the world just hit me like an anvil. And I gotta peel myself off the pavement like Bugs fucking Bunny. I feel like shit. Now, I'm sorry, this is gonna be a little crass. But hey, this is the demonic diaries of a distracted driver, the DDDDD. But there's a certain feeling that you get, and some would like to call it post-nut clarity. And it's the feeling, it's the epiphany, the sudden rush of ideas to make you realize what you have done is wrong. And I have never felt something more akin to that feeling than when I take the TikTok app and slide it up on my phone and it's gone. And that's why I don't fuck with TikTok. And I know you can say like, oh, I don't fuck with TikTok either. But if you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok. If you're on, I think Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you're on TikTok. If you're on YouTube Shorts, you're on TikTok. Hey, TikTok, you're on TikTok. Okay? So even though you're not on TikTok, you're on TikTok. And if you're going to be on TikTok, at least own it. At least get the good shit instead of being on Instagram like a hipster douche. That was kind of harsh because maybe that seems like it was directed at one person, but I know plenty of people. I just hate it, dude. It's not funny. It's never funny. I promise. I don't know, dude. It's sometimes funny. You know what okay. That being said, I have tried to put my ear to the content social media ground as of late because, we're doing the podcast. Me and Jake are hopefully in a bi-weekly schedule right now with the podcast. We're just dead stand still. I don't. There's this podcast. There's Jake and Kevin. I don't even. We're going through a rebrand, or we went through a rebrand right now. And we're trying to be Jake and Kevin something. Studios, laboratories, something, and we just want to do everything. We want to make music. We want to make apps. We want to make products. We want to make clothes. We want to make podcasts. We want to make shows. We want to make skits. We want to make movies. We want to do everything. So I've been trying to tune into the social media content. And I mean, I guess this has always been a TikTok thing, or like maybe it's just like maybe it's a channel for them to show like their true selves, or like just be weird, because I kind of like the weird vibe. Here's what I'm getting to. I think for the most part, pound for pound, unless it's like a stand-up comedian, unless like barring the stand-up comedian accounts, I think that the girl TikTokers are by far funnier than guy TikTokers. Guy TikTokers always like, they're always like trying to do like some edgy, like they're just like a real edgy joke. Hey, did you guys ever realize guy TikTokers are like, I don't know. Like girl TikTok, like there are the girl TikTokers that are just hookers, and that's one thing. That's fine. It's nothing. We do not have ill will or discrimination against hookers, but you're hooking. You're hooking, all right, sweet. All right, sweet pea, you're hooking, all right. But the girls on TikTok who are at like just like kind of like Viners, whatever, like they just try to make like funny videos. There are some of them that are so funny because they're like, I don't know, they like tap into like this weird vibe, but also like it's like I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it's just the girls that like pop up on my feed. But yeah, there's some rippers on there. Those are always good to get a laugh or two out of me. But other than that, TikTok sucks. No, there are some. I mean, and now I'm rolling everything back. Randy rolls it back. He rolls it back. No, there are some good things on TikTok. I kind of cooled down a little bit. I was redlining for a while there, but okay, gotta start getting over. There are some good things on TikTok. I'm sure everyone's seen it because they're pretty popping right now. But that one podcast that kind of blew up from TikTok, it was, I think his name is like Zeth. He's like he's got like curly, long surfer dude hair, and he usually wears beanies, and he does his podcast with his daughter. And his daughter's name has like a cool name. It's like Sailor and Zeth. Those are good TikToks. She's gonna be such a beast when she grows up. I mean, I don't know how old she is. She's like tiny. She's like a baby, like a little baby, like 2 years old, and she's, for the most part, very articulate. She has a podcast. She's 2 years old. She's going to be such a beast speaker. I mean, I'm 24 years old, and I can barely put a sentence together I can barely put a podcast together without using the same word 50 times throughout the podcast. Conflate. Rippin'. I don't know, man. I mean, I think I kind of burned myself out. I burned too hot. I flew too close to the sun. The wax melted. And Icarus and his son flew too close to the sun. And the sun. And the wax melted on the... I used to be like obsessed with Greek mythology. Greek mythology is so cool. I used to read like the Percy Jackson books. I used to read like the real stuff, the real mythology. That's an oxymoron for everybody out there. For everybody keeping track at home, that rhetorical technique is called an oxymoron. I mean, I'm still fucking 15 minutes from work, but I think I might wrap this up now. Dude, city traffic just wears me down. I'm moving in, oh my God, like 2.5 weeks now. And to be honest, I mean, none of my roommates are gonna fucking listen to this, but to be honest, like, it's 50-50. It's más o menos how I feel about moving in. Am I excited to move out? Not really. 5 years in college, lived by myself. Or four years in a semester, lived by myself. Lived on my own. It's all right, dude. Here's the thing. Roommates fucking suck. If you have a good roommate, you love your roommate, ride that out. And don't add roommates. If you have like one person or two people and you guys love being roommates, ride it out. And yeah, don't add roommates. Just try to ride it out as long as possible. Roommates suck. It's just always the little things. And then living by yourself fucking sucks. It's just boring. It's shitty. I need to like live by myself with roommates. I need to like have my own apartment. I'm in the only lane that isn't moving. I need to have my own apartment, but then also like have friends that have like the unit above me or something, or not above me. I need to have my own apartment and have friends that like every friend has a unit in like a duplex, but like adjacent. So not even like, I don't even want to fucking hear them stomping or clomping around or playing music or talking on the phone. I don't even want to hear them. But also, at any given moment, I would like to hang out with them. Is that too much to ask for? Like, I keep thinking like, oh, I want a girlfriend. But I don't. God, can this guy, dude? Go, dude. Oh, wow. You dumb dummy. You dumb dummy. People who, like, aren't assertive on the highway are just fucked, huh? Like, this guy had all the... I mean, I guess... like, such a dweeb. Like, hey, if you don't drive in the city, you don't drive in the city. Or something. I don't know why I did a hick voice for that. That made absolutely no sense. Your bits never make sense. I don't know why anybody would ever listen to this podcast. Skirt. Was it an illegal move? Technically. Am I also talking on the phone, recording a podcast while driving? Technically. If I crash, what are we doing? Deleting this. No evidence of it. Apple won't rat me out. Good job, buddy. Like, people who need like a 40-foot gap to merge, you guys got to change that. Honestly, I mean, I know that you're trying to be whatever. Just fucking get in the lane, put your signal on, and get in the lane. What the fuck were we talking about? Living by myself. I need a girlfriend who will spend time with me, but only when I want her to spend time with me, and then the rest of the time she just like unmaterializes. Because I'm such a crazy like maniac that I can't regulate my emotions enough to live with people. And this is going to be something I guess I'm going to have to work on. And if my roommates now are listening to this, you either see that I'm working on it, or you know that it's a problem. Because there's just sometimes, and this has to be everybody. There has to be. But there's just sometimes I don't want to talk to fucking anybody. I don't want anybody. I just want to be left completely alone. That can't be just me. And roommates kind of screw that up, especially if you have like a roommate who just I don't know, who always wants to hang out. I mean, so I'm going to be living with 4 other people. I'm going to have 4 roommates, so 5 people total. So, I mean, there's a good chance that when I want to be left alone, somebody can find another toy to play with. So, alright guys, I'm going to leave everybody wanting more. We're going to end the podcast right there. I'm going to end it on full steam ahead. Just kidding. I don't know, I kind of brought it down, but hey, that's how these are going to go. That's honestly probably how these are going to go. I'm going to start off real hot, because at the start of them, here's kind of how I do my first link to the drive, and I'm literally doing 85 to 90 for like 20 minutes straight. So my adrenaline's fucking high. And then I hit city traffic and come to a complete dead stop. And then that's when I start the podcast, when I'm coming off of the adrenaline from going 90, and then I come to a dead stop, and that's where you guys catch me. So if you guys like this format, that's something. I tried to improve the audio. I was holding my phone this entire time. If this sounds better, that's good. It's a little bit more dangerous. We might have to find a healthy medium. But until next time, this has been Fuck You. Oops, I didn't turn my turn signal on because I was doing the outro, and now the guy behind me thinks I'm an asshole, and I am an asshole, dude. Yes! O'Reilly Auto Parts. And there's no parking.